bouncing stuff.
Oh, sorry.
You know I was on live?
Mm-mm.
Hold up, fam. Hold up, my Scarlet. Hold up, Heartless. You know, like sometimes, man, life just happens. It's just all falling in place. You know, recently, the Guardians told me that. I know most people are not going to believe this. I know people who love Dr. York not going to believe it. I know people who. I'm sorry, I just can't seem to be getting this camera right, can I? Hold on. And now it's bouncing. I don't know why it's doing the bounce thing. Hold on. Maybe that'll help some people who don't like him, who deny him, but feel it's all pseudo. People who do like him won't believe me. That's on y'all. I can only tell you what it is from my truth and perspective. You do what you want to do with it. So, one at the end of the live, y'all stay to the end so I can announce everybody that's getting the free gift. They'll go out tomorrow or the next day, probably tomorrow though. So I'm gonna announce everybody, anybody who's donated to us, and that's just indefinite. Anybody who donated over $5 to us, your name will go in the bag for our drawings that we will be doing for the free gifts for the next, for different stuff that we're gonna be doing. Not just, it might be for water therapy, it might be for whatever, different things that we'll be doing. So everybody who, the first 35 people with Tita Life, and I think it's 3 spots left. It's on the site. I think it's 3 left. But everybody who bought Tita Life off the top gets a free gift. The Dragon's Blood incense and the really nice smelling oil that I made. It's called African Natural. Y'all gonna love it. It's a unisex oil. Y'all gonna love that. If you pay the full price, when it was $99, I got the shipping on the free gift. If you paid the half price, then you gotta send me more your shipping. Please don't send me money cash app right now. Don't do that. I'll let y'all know when and how, because it gets all confusing. I'll let y'all know when and how when I call the names out. Don't send me no money cash app. You don't even know how much to send me until I tell you. So don't send me anything for the free for the shipping. I'll let y'all know what it costs. but then I needed to be organized so I could know who was what. So I'm gonna announce the names at the end. So stay tuned. This is for those who are Tea Life, half price, full price, and those who donated. We'll be calling your names at the end. Okay, let me get into this talk though. I'm gonna take y'all on a journey today. You know, recently when the Guardian spoke to me, if you don't know what I mean by Guardians, you must watch Aliens Are Here video from yesterday. It will explain a lot. I'm not gonna reiterate things. You can go watch that video, and it explain what I mean by the Guardians. It explain a lot. Go see that video. So with Baba, when I say Baba, I mean Dr. York. We're gonna go into the history of him. Now the other day, the Guardians came to me and said that I was to finish his work. I was finishing his work. She gotta go to the bathroom. What? The Guardians came to me the other day, and they said that I was finishing his work. I was here to bring the corrections. The man needs 76 corrections. And it's time for those corrections that Dr. York was talking about. So I've been calling around to Milwaukeeans all day to find out what scroll did he say that in. But I just found out that it's in the black book. So I do have the black book. I gotta go through it and find it. I'm not sure if what the corrections that we need are in there, exactly what they are. But when I find it, I'll definitely bring it to y'all. And I'll read it to y'all. You gotta put that seatbelt in because I can't. It's a distraction. So I will definitely bring it to y'all. But they said that I was finishing. Now I'm gonna take y'all on a journey. See, it's all things fall into place and make sense. So I want to take y'all on a Dr. York connection with myself today. When I was about 20, I was in Trenton, New Jersey. And I've always been really profound, just deep. Like, I used to go to what they call sessions. And what a session was, is when you listen, it's a house party, where you listen to reggae and drink Heinekens. That was the house party. I mean, you could drink other stuff, but that's just the theme. You know what I'm saying? The house full of Heinekens, smoke, ganja, and reggae. But you go in there and you get into deep, deep ciphers. So they used to call me Queen Mecca. Like, they called me after the Qibla, the Muslims of the city Mecca, because of the knowledge that I held. I always spit fire, always. So the guys there named me that. I had some really, really close friends, Jamaican friends and all that. They named me Queen Mecca for the ciphers I used to get in. So they started inviting me to the sessions. That's what they call them, sessions. So if somebody get into a cipher at a session, they cut the music low and you just go for it. So I would always wind up, they had like this Wicca chair. What's that? What chair you call Wicca? Those chairs? What's that, Wicca? Mm-hmm. They would have these Wicca chairs, like where the person that's talking, you know, like in the African tradition, that they passed the comp, they had the Wicca chair. So the person that is talking, they could sit in the Wicca chair. So anyway, I'm trying to make the story short because it's really good stories and I can go long, but I'm gonna try to make it short so I don't hold y'all long. So anyway, I always wind up in the Wicca chair. It's like it was one of them old school ones. It was like real round and big, and I would sit there and spit fire. People would ask me questions, and I was young though. I was young. I was younger than a lot of people there. but I have the gift of knowledge. You feel me? The gift of knowledge, like when you're connected to the hall. Did she go to the bathroom? She's just hot. You gotta do the blinking thing. She's hot. Can't take the sun. Her albino self. She can't take it. So anyway, I always wind up, you know, the one spitting fire or whatever. When I would walk home, I was living at the hotel at the time. I would go home, no exaggeration, with about 50 people from that party following me. And that's how I got the name Queen Mecca. So one of the guys, he used to always come, he used to wear all white, like a Muslim attire, like a thawb. That's what the Muslim dress is called, a thawb. He used to wear that. So his name was Science. So he asked, like, Science, because of my knowledge, Science thought I was a 5% from the 5% nation. If any of y'all know what that is. But I wasn't part of nothing. I wasn't even from there. I was from Baltimore, just in Jersey, in the streets, just roaming, just homeless, just gone. Booked a ticket and moved to Jersey. Which was really weird, because I come to find out later that I was conceived in Trenton, New Jersey. I don't know why I went there. There's a story behind it, but I'm gonna make it short. But I wound up going there and living there for 3 years. And then when I got back, my mother was like, you was conceived, because one of my sisters was born in Trenton, New Jersey. I didn't even know that. And then she said, you was conceived. And when we got back, you was born in Baltimore, but you was conceived in Jersey. So anyway, so, you know, I wound up with, like, real tight with this guy named Science. So one day he came to me and told me that his master teacher want to see me. And I was like, who is your master teacher? He said his name is Imam Isa Al-Hadi Al-Mahdi. And I was like, no, I'm good. He was like, no, like, he really trusts me. If he calling for you like this, I'm like, no, I'm good. I want to talk to you. I'm good. I don't need all that. He was like, no, he need to tell you some things. I was like, no, he don't. So a day or two later, he come back. He really want to talk to you. No, he don't. I'm good. He sound too spooky for me. I had no responsibility at the time to my spirituality or none of that. So I'm like, I don't feel like, no, I'm good. I'm thinking, you know what I mean? Like, he gonna tell me all this stuff and I gotta be responsible too and start making salat and bismillah 5 times a day. I don't feel like that. So he came back again. He was like, the master teacher said that you should read the male degrees and the female degrees. He said that's unheard of. A imam wouldn't tell you that. Like, a 5%, you have to read. Females have to read the female degrees. That's what the scroll is called, the knowledge. And males have to read the male degrees. He came to me with both. He said for you to read both of these, and I did. And I ciphered with him after, because like the name, even his name come from the degrees, like the alphabets are names. Like S is science, B is born, A Allah, you know what I mean, like that. So I see how it's better. So I read the degrees. I got a lot of knowledge from the degrees, but I kept it pushing. I kept on, you know, I was out there anyway. My head was big. I was consuming everything. I didn't meet this man. And then later in life, in the early 90s, I was married to this female. And where she lived at, like right around the corner, like in Baltimore, it's like New York. We do street vendors a lot. You got street vendors everywhere. So this one guy was vending books in front of this store. And he had these books on the table, and it had this man on it that looked so righteous, so beautiful. He was so beautiful to me and righteous. And I was like, who is this? He was like, that's Imam Isa. I was like, I know that name. I told him, I said, when I was in Jersey, that man wanted to talk to me. He asked me what happened. I said, I didn't talk to him. He didn't believe me. I don't give a shit. I'm like, no, he was sending his boy to want to talk to me. He said that he was Ansar Allah, and that he was Ansar Allah and 5% Nation. He said, yeah, he knew I knew something, because how did I know that? I was like, yeah, he wanted to talk, the man right there wanted to talk to me. So I bought 2 books from him. Mind you, that's me running into him again. I bought The Signs of Creation and The Signs of Healing. I still have both of those books from the early 90s. I still have both of them. Even when my house burnt down, them 2 books didn't burn down. None of my books did. 92. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me get directions. So, I read them scrolls. I don't remember what they're about. I have to go back and read them. And now I need to. Still have them. Like, a lot of people try to buy them scrolls from me because they're some of the first scrolls that Dr. York had made, had created. I have them. Pristine condition. I take care of my books. Still have them. I read those. Then, a family member was getting high on crack in the 90s. Remember that shit was out real big? They was doing that. They got a U-Haul and moved all their stuff and went and moved down Georgia. So on the way down Georgia, they got a real bad accident. They got a real bad accident. Wrist was broke, legs was broke, brand new baby in the hospital. So I was like, nah, let me get down here. So I caught the Greyhound and I went to Georgia. My family in the hospital. First thing I saw was the brand new baby. And they was like, they don't know if she gonna make it. I'm like, she ain't gonna make it because y'all got all this shit stuck in her. She looked like a science experiment. And I went off in that hospital and I just started pulling plugs off this baby. Literally took the baby out. Nothing wrong with that baby. Y'all was wrong with the baby. So that was a big thing. I don't care. I took the baby. So I spent time. I stayed down there for maybe a week max. It's time for me to go home. I'm on my way home. I need y'all to listen to me today. I'm on my way home back to Baltimore. And the voice said, go to him. And I'm like, go to who? Go to him. Go to who? They said Dr. York. I was like, who is Dr. York? I went into a gas station. And I said to this woman, Caucasian woman, I was like, do you know who Dr. York is? She was like, I said, I'm telling you some wild stuff. I just had a vision. And they said, go to him. Go to Dr. York. She said, oh, it must be that man. She said, we get that. That's wild. People be coming here saying that. That must be that man down there with them pyramids. I said, what pyramid? She said, in Jacksonville. So they erected some pyramids, a sphinx. I think they're a cult. I said, no, that's where I belong. I did a U-turn. I went to Jacksonville. And as you riding in it, it just emerged. And it say, John 6:13, whatever it is. He so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. It's the first thing I saw. And then I saw the mirror. The pyramid. And then I saw the pylon, the gate. And I pulled up. Now, during this time in my life, I'm a little bit more on journey, a little bit more righteous. Did I know you then? Mm-hmm. So that's after the fast and everything. Yes, I'm a little bit more righteous at the time, a little bit more on journey. I done been on the Guardians put me on this 40-day fast. It was just deep, just a lot of stuff going on. So when I went, there was a guy at the gate. I pulled my car, but she's like, my dog ran out the door and ran into the land. He was like, no, he put his hand on his gun. They don't do dogs. He was like, they filthy animals, all of this, like, get them out of there. So my dog name was King Tut. So I called Tut back. And I say, what is this? He say, this Dr. York property. And I was like, who is Dr. York? He said, he go by many names. You know Imam Isa? I said, yeah. He said, this is land. I was like, what the is up with this man and me? And I told him the story about in Trenton, Jersey. I told him when I ran, and then ran into the books. And I told him how I got there. He said, who told you come here? I said, my guardians was like, go to him. He said, you're one of us. Just like that. And I was like, I started walking on the land. He said, no, you can't go on the land. You got to be invited. I said, well, then invite me. He said, miss, I don't know you. I said, listen, because you just put your hand on your gun for the second time. If you telling me that this is Holy Land, Tama-Re, if this is the holiest place in the world, then you're going to have to kill me because this is where I want to die. That's exactly what I said to him. And I was crying so hard. And I walked straight on the land and walked right into the statue Sekhmet. It was called, it was like statues going down of the deities. You had Sekhmet, you had Osiris, you had Horus, you had Anubis, like all these, Nuthet, you had all of these statues going down a line. I just walked and I fell to my knees in that sand, in that reddish clay, and just started crying. He came and picked me up. He said, next month is our family day. We do a 2-week family day. He said, you're my guest. Right now though, you gotta go. And I was like, that's what dirt all on my face. You know, you cry with dirt and tears, how that look. That's the monster clown. I look like walking off of Tama-Re. But you weren't gonna tell me I can't. This holy place, I can't go to it. I'm like, no. So he wiped my tears. He went got some napkins and stuff. He was like, relax. So I came back next month, and I asked him when I left. I said, what you eat? He liked Kentucky Fried Chicken. I said, when I come back, no, Popeyes. I said, I got you. I came back. I pulled up. I had a bucket of chicken. He was like, you came back for real? I said, yup. Had my tent. I was ready. So he gave me a big old hug, and that's how I started going down there for family day. Now, when Dr. York saw me, it was like he knew me. I was like out there, like you be roughing it. You be in your tent. You got to go down to the bathroom area to pail for water to go up. I was loving all of it. It's the most beautiful thing I've experienced in my life. You wake up in the AM and to the sound of somebody playing a flute. Like it's like 10,000 tents. It was hella people from London and all over the place. Like people, like Nuwaubu was growing like crazy. People from London, like the land was full of tents. It was just crazy. Somebody all be down there playing a flute. Somebody all be over here start playing the djembe to the flute. Some guy in the middle of the field with locks and just some knickerbockers on, just with his locks just dancing in the field. I'm like, oh, the fuck am I in heaven? I went and got my djembe. So I'm playing the djembe. By the time you know, some mother over here with her children and they speaking Nuwaubic. They teaching the children Nuwaubic. It was just beautiful. I'm paddling for water. So I wound up going, I probably went several, I don't know how many times total I went before everything shut down. So, I gotta take you back though. So much happened. Now, during this time, I was told by the guardians, which trip was this? I was invoked in my house. I had company on my house. I always like to throw functions. I don't know where I'm going. I'm just driving. But we'll find it, huh? Just kind of put me away. I was invoked. I had people at the house. They said my lips was blue and my eyes was white in my head. And I was sitting there just like in this rock. And when I came out of it, I was like that like an hour or so, they said. When I came out of it, I came out with instructions that I had to go to Arizona. Mind you, during this time, I sent my application in to Dr. York to be a part of the Ancient Egyptian Order. I sent my application in. So they was like, I had to go to Arizona. They was like, for what? I'm like, I don't know. That's where I was. These beings was like, go to Arizona. They didn't tell me where, they just had to go. So I was like, I'm gonna go to the Grand Canyon because the Grand Canyon was the most special place I knew in Arizona. You know, you heard a lot about the Grand Canyon, and it's supposed to be like all this mysterious stuff going on. While this all happened, people at my house, I get a knock on the door. It was my best friend that I hadn't seen in 3 years. Where I lived at in Baltimore, the light rail went across my house. Y'all with me today? Y'all with me? The light rail went across my house. So he said he was on the light rail. And something told him, get off the light rail and come to bring me this message. So when he came in there, mind you, everybody looking crazy because my eyes were just rolled up in my head and my lips were blue and I was invoked and I was told to go to Arizona. He came in. He said, yo, I was on the light rail. We was happy to see each other, all that shit. He was like, yo, no, listen. I was on the light rail. It said to get off and go to your house because you had to go to the desert and I was to come here and wash your feet. I was like, no, yo, this what just happened. All these people was like, what? No, y'all making this. I said, I ain't seen him in 3 years. They was like, I ain't passing, right? Mm-mm. They was like, what? So everybody geeking on it. He went and got a bucket of water, some olive oil. He soaked my feet and he sat there and washed my feet to the ankle. He was like, you going into the desert and the ground that you will step on will be holy. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? So he washing my feet. He said, I'm not missing this. He said, I'm going with you. He said, I'm going. I can't miss this. Nobody was going with me. It was just me. I mean, even though it was just in that moment, I ain't had nobody to go with me. I was like, I'm just going to go. He said, I'm going. So he stayed with me. He didn't leave that day. He didn't go back to work. He didn't do nothing. He stayed with me in my house until. So him and I came to Arizona. I got a ticket.
Two blocks on Bluebird.
Stop saying words. Sorry, y'all. I'm here making Dewey howl. Hold on, y'all. I know I can't hear. I had it on mute so we can handle personal business. I ain't nobody know where I'm at. I know what to do now. What it's saying? To keep me low. I'm not on mute. Okay. Oh, go straight to that.
That's what it says.
Okay. So anyway, so I got a ticket to Phoenix because in my ignorance I thought Phoenix, the Grand Canyon was in Phoenix, Arizona. I don't know. Don't ask me. So we all excited. We never been off the East Coast. Our tickets say Phoenix. So you know how your GPS do. It's gonna have us in Baltimore in 5 minutes. That was funny. Just bear with me, y'all. So, we all excited, man. It was a 3-day trip across. 3-day trip across. By the time I got here, my nose bleeding real bad, my ankle swollen the size of my shoulder. Because the chlorofluorocarbons and air conditioner, I never liked synthetic air or heat on my body. You know, sometimes you got to use it though. So, hold on, everybody. So, my nose bleeding and stuff. I get to Phoenix. Oh, mind you, gotta go back. They told me, the Guardians told me, when I come, don't take anything. Literally, listen to my words. Don't take anything with me. That's what they said to me. I didn't want to hear that. I'm going cross country somewhere I've never been. I bought everything with me. From my staff, I bought hiking boots. I spent $800. This brand new backpack I had with all this stuff on it and canteens. I didn't know what I was coming to. All I knew it was the desert. And like most people, I'm thinking like, it ain't no trees, it ain't no other people, it's just the desert. It ain't no water. And if it is, people out there in the desert thirsty. I bought a hatchet so I can cut down some cactus. But I ain't lying though. Wait a minute. Oh, careful. Look what they got us doing, man. I'm following this. You know, it's taking us back to the same street again that we just came off of. Okay, let's just keep going. I'm gonna have to get my GPS out. But I'm on the phone, so I can't use my GPS. This one broke. So they said don't take nothing with me. So now I get to Phoenix Greyhound, and I'm like, I want my bags. They say, Miss, you ain't got no bags. What do you mean? They say your bags is going to where your tickets say. What? Okay, this thing tripping. Your bags is going to where your tickets say. I was like, my ticket say Phoenix, and I looked, it didn't say Phoenix no more. It said this little town. I'm like, what in the hell is that? Him and I both. He pulled his ticket out. We like, no, we bought tickets to Phoenix. Our tickets didn't say this. They say, Miss, that's where your bags. I said, how do I get there? They put me on this little bus, and everybody on there had a sombrero on their head. The whole goddamn ride, it was just Mexican music. It was just. It's probably in this little plaza right here or something. Okay, hold on. Hold on, y'all. Because this is ridiculous. They saying it's right here. Wait. And how you get there? Oh, I see. Okay, now we're here. So they said, I'm on this bus, man, nose bleeding, ankles. He keep pushing my ankles up, all this stuff. I'm trying to make the story short. So we get to the little town. Lo and behold, the Greyhound was closed for 4 days. You could look in the door. You could look in the door and see my bags on the floor. But the Greyhound was closed for 4 days. What did they tell me? Not to bring anything with me. They told me that. So now my bags are in there for the next 4 days. So now I gotta stay in this little town for the next 4 days. I'm stuck here now because my bags is in this town. The next AM, the Guardians woke me up. They said, get up and walk. I was like, walk where? They said, walk. I got up. They said, walk alone. Because mind you, he with me. You see the place? Okay, just wait, because we got time. Let me just get some of this out because I can't deal with her right now. They said, get up and walk. So I'm like, here we go. So I woke up. I said, Jason, I got to go. They told me to get up and walk, and I got to go. No, I'm not. I got to go. They told me I got to go alone. So I got up, and I just started walking. I'm just walking. They guiding me in my head as I'm walking. So I'm walking toward this gigantic mountain. I never seen nothing like it in my life. I was walking toward this mountain. I have a staff in my hand. Before I left, this old man named Mr. Price made me a staff. Because I traded my staff. I traded for a staff for a knife. My knife that I had a Rambo knife with a jagged edge on the back. And I had to use it. And it still had the meat on the back of it. I gave it to my father. My father gave me a staff. But my father's staff broke because I broke it over my brother-in-law's head when he hit my sister. So then I broke the staff and the little man's head flew off. So I took it to Mr. Price and he... No, it was a head on the staff. So I took it to Mr. Price and he made me this wonderful staff with the African colors, had green, and I'm making the story too long, aren't I? So anyway, Mr. Price made me a staff out of bamboo. So I'm walking with my staff. I got pictures of all of this. I'm walking with my staff toward the mountain. And the mountain started rumbling. And I felt the rumble in my hand, on my staff. I'm like, what in the hell was that? Mind you, I'm out here in the desert, so I'm scared, right? But it wasn't like as empty as I thought it was going to be. But once I got through this pylon, the gate to this place, going toward the mountain, there was nobody out there but me. So I'm a little scared. I'm from the city. I'm a city slicker. I don't know nothing about none of this. I don't know what that little shit was. It just ran under that rock or why it ran. I'm tripping. This man, or Caucasian man, come running past me jogging. I said, sir, did you hear that noise? What noise? That rumble from that mountain. He was like, nah, that probably wasn't a mountain. That's probably helicopters and stuff around here. They building a fort right here. He was talking about the Buffalo Soldiers and all that ran through this area. I want to hear that shit. I'm like, did you hear that mountain? So I'm walking. He leave me. He done ran out of sight. I'm scared again. But I'm tricking. I'm looking at the mountain. Now this mountain began to snake. Meaning a black cloud came down this mountain and it began to snake. But I bet you one thing, you're going to say she lying. But let me prove it to you. Because the day that I blessed the Zenmobile, when I finished the Zenmobile, I took y'all with me and I was telling this exact story and the mountain did it right there on live. So y'all can go back to that video in October when I went up the mountain to bless the Zenmobile and you'll see what happened that day. Because it happened right there on camera in October. So anyway, black cloud was like snaking in this mountain. I was like, holy what's this, Moses? I was scared as shit. And then it just shook. This mountain was like rumbling. It was rumbling in my staff. So I just went into my calm. I'm like, okay, you know, if you can't beat it, you can't defeat it. Just join this shit. Like, I was like, all right, I'm chilling. And I went into my calm and the guardian said, hike that. I was like, all right, I get it. I went back. I said, all right, I got the message. He said, what we got to do? I said, I got to hike that mountain. So we planned, we're going to get up tomorrow at 5 o'clock. And we had, what is that vibration? Is that music?
Mm-hmm.
That don't feel good. Mm-mm. You feel it?
Yeah.
Wow. That was invasive.
Very.
Okay, so what happened next? Where I'm at in the story. Oh, so the next day, Jason and I, we had it. We got our little backpacks with our granola bars. Mind you, that I had to go buy from Walmart because I didn't even have no underwear. All my stuff was in that Greyhound. Except the bag that was on my back. So we had to go to Walmart down that road. That's when I got my little braid ring too. I came back with my little braid pierce here in Arizona. But anyway, I got my backpack, so we hiking. He's scared of everything. He's scared of flies. He don't do bugs. He a gay guy. He one of them gay guys. He very masculine looking, but he ain't masculine acting. He be like, child, what the fuck was that? Like he was all of that. I'm like, boy, come on. So we hiking, but he was in there with me though. Hiking, so we scaring ourselves for no reason. We saw a lizard. We were excited. We never seen no lizard. It was about this big. So we land on the ground looking at the lizard. Oh, look, a lizard. How cool is that? And while we looking at it, I said to him, if that's the baby, then don't that thing have a mother? We just up and running for no reason. We screaming and shit. Our imagination going wild. I'm thinking something like a Komodo dragon will come out. But now that I live in Arizona, the grown lizard, that was a grown lizard. That was a full-grown lizard. But I thought something was going to come get us. So we just trucking. We trucking up this mountain. So we sit down, scared of everything. You can't even talk to this boy. So we sitting down, eating our granola bars, and I'd be like, look, there he go. He done flipped all over. Ah, child, what is it? Like, shut up, nigga. I'm trying to tell you, look what you sitting on. We were sitting on marble. This mountain got marble growing out the ground. He was sitting on pink, like a fuchsia and white marble. So we are amazed by that. But then now we at this point, it's like this crossroad. Yeah, we was tweaking. We at this crossroad, and I'm like, I don't know which way to go. Because the trail is going this way. But the pool is going that way. So I'm like, I said, no, I don't know, because it's all these bushes. It's like it's not a road this way at all. So I'm like, that can't be it. That's not where we supposed to go. He keeps, I was like, I'm telling you, the pool is right here. He said, wait a minute, I'll be back. So he went over there and he called me, Angel, it's a path. I was like, right. We got our stuff. We kept on trekking that way. Mind you, we done trekked so long. We done trekked like, we 6 hours in. We literally, if we go 1 more hour, we'd have been to the top of that mountain, and right over the tip of that mountain was Mexico. We climbing up, and we get to this platform. We going, cause that's like the whole way. It was like you would go up, maybe a little platform, and go down. You go up like until you, but you steady climbing up like that though. So we get to this platform, and this wind came. It was a wind that felt like an angel or something. Like it just took me, and I'm like, whoa, wait. I was like, stop moving. Wait. So he stayed there. He was like, what? I said, you don't feel that? He was like, what? I said, just stay still. I went back. I don't feel it. I came back in the wind. I said, this is the spot. He said, I said, this is the spot. It's right here. They sent you right here. I said, this is the spot. You got to go. I got to commune alone. And he walked away. I'm down here. Oh, he just kept yelling because he's scared. So, but I'm like, shut up. I can't meditate like that. Go further. So I'm up there. And the guardian started speaking to me. They said, take off your shoes, for this is holy ground. And I looked to the side. It was the most beautiful in the desert patch of wildflowers and moss. It looked like green carpet. It was going up the tree. These beautiful pink and white and red wildflowers. One called Ann Cool that I was told to eat. The whole long story. Make it short. I took off my shoes and I stepped on the moss. Put my staff down on the ground. I sat in Indian style. And I turned my palms up on my knees. I cut my tape recorder on. And I began to chant. Now, on the tape recorder, the beginning of the tape recorder, you hear that. Then you hear me go quiet, and I'll let y'all know what happened after that. I was in the I was doing a and next thing I know, I opened my eyes, and I wasn't on Earth. I was, mind you, the elevation that I'm at now is 15,000 feet above sea level. I was witnessing myself being summoned. I don't know the name that I was called, but I came from the back. I had a female. I was gay there too, by the way. Female on my arm, like my forever wife. Like she travels the universe with me, this being. She's on Earth now. She was on my arm, and I was coming through. And as I come through, Dr. York, but a young one. Mind you, at this time, I know Dr. York. I've been to the Holy Land and all that. He was sitting down. He was receiving instructions. He got up. He looked at me. And he went through this doorway. Now, this doorway was just black. Nothing there. Like, nothing in there. Like, the void was in there. Like, something off of Men in Black. There's nothing in there. And then they called me by my name. My true name. And I sat at the table, and the head of the table was a woman. Her locks was about this thick. One lock was like that. And they came out of her head like a fountain. They was like up and then down. And she was the head of all of these beings. Now, all of these beings was like, they wasn't all earthling looking, humanoids. They were humanoids, not humankind. You know what I mean? They were kind of human. Like this one standing over here, he didn't like me. His name is Azazel. He was all white. White hair, white eyes, white skin, white coat, white everything. He's just white. But very sinister. He don't like me. It's like there's a whole history. Mind you, I'm witnessing myself, my mate, the whole thing, all kind of being. This being was like greenish, green, this little lizard-ish. It was like just, like it was a galactic council type thing. So anyway, I sat at the table that was made of marble. Like the table was about this thick, like let's call it 6 to 8 inches thick. This long table that were all, there's pillars all around, marble, big marble pillars. And it was like that was my work that I did. Like I do this. So she asked me if I wanted to go to the concentration camp, because that's what galactically, that's what they call Earth. It's so messed up here. That's what they call it. They don't call it Earth. It's not even an Earth. An Earth is a mass of rock and dirt. This is 3/4 water still. This is an underdeveloped planet. Mars is a planet. It's fully developed. This is still a baby. Earth is still a baby. But it was an accident that happened with when Nibiru was coming here, and the whole nine with the melt, and they hit Meldeck and the Meldekians and all that. They chopped a piece of Earth off. So then they had to come repair it to realize that gold was here. Then they started mining the gold. The gold wasn't no good for them. So then they created humans as slaves to mine it. But then they realized humans, because we got the blood of the Anunnaki, Aristotle, Argyle, and Ninti. Damn. That we will become like one of us. I can't with myself sometimes. But listen, you should get real though, I'm telling you. So, where was I at? Shit. Where was that? No, before that. Before I got lost. That was me lost. I just lost it.
You was talking about the
so then she talked about Earth as concentration camp. And she asked me if I wanted to volunteer. She was telling me that it's not going to be easy. She was telling me that some things I was going to forget. That I was going to have, I will forget a lot, but my memory will come back to me. That's why I came to the planet with that chemical on my brain to help me to retain information. That's an actual fact. I have a chemical on my left side of my brain, but it helps me to retain. That's why I can remember. I call myself the fifth element, because I can remember my other lives. I can remember when I was Oguda in the time before time. I can remember when I was the Native American shaman, and I passed at 33. I can remember when I was the old man shaman in India. I can remember when I was the initial primordial. And then now, that's my 5 lives. I'm the fifth element. So she was telling me that I was going to forget, but that I'd be protected, but I had to come and help mankind. I didn't know what that meant. I had to come and help mankind with corrections, but I didn't know what that meant then. So mind you, it felt like it was like 30 minutes had went by from the time I came in there and Dr. York went past me and went through that doorway. That meeting with me was 30 minutes. I agreed, but it was like an urgency. Like I had to go now. That's so I could be here during this time. So I agreed to go through. And as I was leaving, my mate, she said, "Don't leave me." And I was like, "I'll be back." I know about her eyes. She had locks in her hair. She had thick hair. Locks in her hair. She had these eyes. She said, I said, "I gotta go." She was like, "Don't leave me here." And I was like, "I'm coming back." She was worried about me taking this mission. And I was like, "I gotta go." And I went through the portal, and that's it. I woke up coming out of my mom. That's how that works. But I came down. That 30 minutes was actually 30 years. Because Dr. York is 30 years older than me. He's 30 years older than me, and we in the same month. I'm June the 19th, he's June the 26th. Because I will celebrate my arrival day with him, with his. So I came down, so 30 minutes in that time frame on that planet. So like Dr. York said, he's from planet Risk. From the planet, from Ilion, the 19th galaxy called Ilion, the 8th planet Risk. So I have to claim that because I was where he was. I don't know where that place was called, but he wrote a whole book on where he's from. So I'm from where he's from. I was there. I saw him when he got his mission Earth. So for those who say that he's not, all he's saying is he is. I saw him. I saw him receive his mission. I saw him leave through the portal. It's a little chilly, ain't it? A little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I saw him leave through that portal. But that's not the end of it, though. Because even that wasn't obviously convincing to me with all my beer in my body or something. Because I still didn't really get it. I still didn't really get it. You know what? Even before that vision, before that up the mountain, oh, mind you, when I came down from the mountain that day, that tape I got, that I recorded it when I was receiving my mission, I got that tape to this day. People come in my life, I let them hear it. I got the tape. You hear me when I start to own. It was one of them old school tapes, little tape recorder, little tape like this go inside of it. And you record for 30 minutes each side. That side recorded for an hour and 45 minutes. You hear me put my shoes on, you hear snow. You hear me when I started going into the meditation, you hear snow. And then an hour and 45 minutes later, you hear me putting my shoes on, and then I called Jason, looking for him. When he came up, I thought I was gone for like 15 minutes. When he came up, Jason, I was like, he was like, what happened up there? And I was like, they took me. I was off the earth. They showed me my mission. They showed me I agreed to come to earth. He was like, I was scared. I was like, I wasn't even gone that long. He was like, girl, you was gone for like 2 hours. That's when I went to the tape. Like, no, because the tape was still recording when I came out. The tape can't record for 2 hours, but it did, an hour 45 minutes. That was in 2000 or 2002. I never can remember which one. I was quest to go to Arizona, and I had a quest to go to New Mexico. But prior to that, this was in 99, I was drunk as a skunk. It was on a Friday. I can't tell you the day or the month or nothing, but I know it was on a Friday. I went to the club. I came back. It was one of them times that I was so drunk, I went to sleep with all my clothes on, including my shoes. Like I'm laying face down in the bed, feet hanging off, and still got my boots on when I woke up. But this is what I woke up with. I was standing in the void. And Dr. York was standing beside me. Again, just through life, we keep being put together. He's standing beside me. But we both are naked. And our hands are stretched out like Leonardo da Vinci's medicine man. And it's a being still. Damn, that was crazy. When I said that, I just had a thought and the thing stopped. Did you see that?
Mm-mm.
You didn't catch it? Anybody just catch this just stop just now? That wasn't just, did anybody tell me, please? Did this thing just stop just now? Did it buffer for 1 second? Okay. Because as soon as I said I am Ninty, I felt like I was being snatched and I had a thought. And the thing stopped. Yours didn't stop? I'm telling you, well, look, I'm telling you, it just now stopped. Like 3 seconds, it just stopped. It came right back. Oh. I'm not lying. Anyway. She said, I am Ninty. She said, I am Ninty. She told me that she was the mother of humans. She was the creator of humans. Hold on, I'm thirsty. Plus, we fasting right now, too, so I'm hungry. smoothie is so good. I think I'll have another. She touched his penis. She said, in his penis. But it's not like she was talking to him, though. Yeah, I felt you. I got you. She said, in his penis, he has 9 enzymes. He is the father of my children. He is here to protect the da-da-da-da. She was just telling his journey. He will open the way. She was talking about how he will free the minds of people, all of this stuff. And then she touched me on my clitoris. But she said, in your penis, you have 6 enzymes. And then she touched me like this. And here, you have 3. That is your 9. So you catch it. In your penis, she's touching it. You have 6 enzymes. But here, you have 3. That is your 9. You are the mother of my children. She started talking to me about being a guardian. She started talking to me about healing. She started talking to me about making corrections in y'all. It just didn't make sense. I didn't get it, y'all. I didn't. I'm 53, but that Mayan daykeeper said I will get it at 53. I got it. She told me my job in 99. I didn't know what the fuck you talking about. How I'm going to help them. How I'm going to make corrections in mankind. Like, how does this work? But I already got the instructions when I was 19. You feel me? This shit deep, right? But this is Dr. York connection right now. Let me stay with that. So she showed me us. She called him my counterpart. She talked to me about him. She called him my counterpart. And she showed me the land. She showed me her children. They were all dressed in black and gold. The way the New Wapians used to dress. Just deep, y'all. So after that, then the mountain, even when Dr. York saw me, whenever I was on the land, I could feel him and he could feel me. He would see me from far, far away. I would feel him. Like this white dove would come. I'd be like, he on his way. They'd be like, who? Like, Dr. York, he's coming. They'd be like, ain't nobody out there. Because you know when he coming, because he came with an entourage. It'd be like, he has 20 wives. I don't know if it was just wives or wives and daughters, but 20 women with swords around him. He had all these women with him when he would come. But I knew when he was coming before he came. I'd be like, he coming. And then you'll see it. You'll start seeing him. People should start running. I'm like, that's him. He's coming. He will come. I would always stand off to the side, but he would always look at me. He'd walk over to me. He'll look at the guards, and the guards would surround him and me. And he'll just take off his glasses and look down and show me like he got snake eyes or something. Like a lizard. His eyes look like a lizard. Like, I don't know why he wanted me to see that, but he moved his glasses, his eyes like a lizard. And when he hugged me, he made this sound like like that. That's anytime, like we would be out for drum. He would call me. Like, we all come here. No. Good. I'm here. I don't have no idea why it's in the city. He was like, he did again. One of his security guards, bodyguards, came over and said, Dr. York said he want to talk to you. I said, no, he don't. He said, no, really, he do. I said, no. I said, no, he don't, mister. He's like, you scared? I said, I'm terrified. He said, no, he need to talk to you. I said, like the 3rd time in life I denied him. I'm about to be down now. I'm laying on the couch. Go to my city. I don't know why. 3rd time she denied. Come on, don't get too spooky. It ain't a Judas. I was just, but he probably would have told me who we both were. So they said he needs you. So I drove down to Georgia in May instead of June. When I got there, I called. The lady named Miss Berry was working there. Miss Berry, I said, I told her what happened. I said, I was told to come here. She said, they cut me off. Keep cutting me off. If I don't talk, it'll stay on. So, she's like, I said, is there any way that I could see him? I think he would. Could you just tell him my name? Can I see your picture? Can you tell him? She was like, he doesn't get visitors like that. All this stuff. She was like, well, give me your number. I'll run it. I don't even think we had cell phones, and I think it was beepers. We had pagers. Ramsey Hall. I'm like, yeah. I sat down right beside me. They got the tape of that final class. That girl in all black is me. He stood right. He did the class beside me. He stood there. He said, do y'all know what the day is? He said, the day is May the 4th. He said, the stars is in line in a 6-point star. Mind you, my land is in the middle of a 6-point star where I'm at, out here. He said the stars all and the planets had a line and all of this. He started talking about Judas and betrayal. He knew somebody was going to betray him. And he was telling a story, and he was so engulfed in my head, and I don't know, right ear. He put an energy in my right ear and looked at me like as if to say, like, then that was Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I don't know. I'm still here because they said the go is hella signal right here. I just don't know why the rest of it. I stopped talking. It won't do it. So, I don't know, maybe I should just stop and come back. But I never understood why he needed me. That's been bothering me for years. But it wasn't that he needed me. I'm going to read the names of the people that getting the free gifts tomorrow. I don't know. Oh, baby. See, if I don't talk about, I don't know, y'all. I keep cutting off. What y'all think? I should just come back?